Coming up on Unpeeled, Happy Gilmore is on campus for a special event.
Our brains are severed after this show took home some major awards.
This major YouTuber's reality TV show has some unique funding techniques.
And this fast food company is raising the bar with their new fashion show. All that and more, Unpeeled starts right now.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Unpeeled. I'm Isabella Galan.
And for the first time, I'm Rob Gabrik. We start this week's show with some somber news. Academy Award winner and acting legend Robert Redford passed away at the age of 89. Redford was best known for his roles in All the President's Men and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
Redford was not only an actor, but also took on the role of director and environmental activist. The film star also founded the Sundance Film Festival, originally meant to bring filmmakers to his home in Utah. Our thoughts are with Redford's family and friends at this time.
And in breaking news, Jimmy Kimmel Live has been pulled from air indefinitely by ABC after recent comments on the show regarding the death of right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk. In a monologue earlier this week, Kimmel said, quote, "We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang trying to characterize this kid who killed Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them." ABC pulled the show after the Federal Communications Commission issued a threat against the network. From one late night show to another, a fan favorite SNL cast member has announced that they are leaving the show. Earlier this week, Ego Wodum said she would be leaving after 7 seasons. Wodum was best known for her character Lisa from Temecula. She's the 5th cast member to announce their departure for the new season. Wodum announced the news on social media saying, quote, "The hardest part of a great party is knowing when to say goodnight." Season 51 of SNL premieres October 4th with 5 new cast members that were announced after a lengthy audition process. The hosts and musical guests have yet to be announced. I mean, Rob, this is so exciting. 5 new cast members. It's going to shake up the dynamic of the show for sure. Totally. I mean, that's going to be a completely new show. 5 people is huge. I personally think that SNL in recent years has not been hitting its stride. What? Yeah, I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you. I think season 50 was good, but since Bill Hader and Fred Armisen and that era left, I think we've been kind of grasping at straws here. But I'm really excited to see what they're going to have with these 5 new cast members. Like we said, it's going to be a whole new show. I mean, the audition process, they said, was a lot longer than it usually is. And I definitely think that's due to how much popularity it's gotten over social media with the Domingo skit and Sabrina Carpenter and Ariana Grande and all the incredible musical guests they've had. But that audition process already in and of itself is brutal. So I can't imagine how it could get even harder. It's no joke. Whenever we talk about the audition process for SNL, I think of Will Ferrell's audition, where he was Harry Carey, the Cubs baseball announcer, and he was a cat for 2 minutes, and no one was allowed to laugh. I mean, I could never imagine. That actually sounds like my worst nightmare, actually, no one laughing at my jokes. Well, that usually happens to you, but you should be used to that. Sticking with Saturdays, last Saturday, the Vatican hosted its first ever concert following the end of a 2-day summit that discussed AI. Pharrell Williams and Andrea Bocelli executive produced and performed at the show entitled Grace for the World. The performers, accompanied by a drone show, included Jennifer Hudson, Jelly Roll, and John Legend, among others. The goal of the concert was to bring people together and emphasize shared humanity. Williams said, quote, "In this historic moment, I ask you to choose grace, to choose curiosity, choose them until they become contagious. Together, we will flood the world with light and love." And a fan favorite comedian is feeling orange this week. Adam Sandler is in town at Upstate Medical Arena at the On Center tonight for his You're My Best Friend tour. The tour started earlier this month in Florida and has been slowly making its way over to the 315. The comedian surprised students on campus today, oh so jealous, by playing basketball with them before the show. Sandler will continue his tour in other cities across New York before ending the tour in Las Vegas on November 1st. And speaking of celebs, stars danced their way back into the ballroom last night for the premiere of the 34th season of Dancing with the Stars. 14 celebs strutted onto the dance floor performing to songs that represented their own personal anthems. The competition is already off to a hot start with Robert Irwin and Whitney Carson topping the leaderboard with 15 out of 20 points. Mom Talk star Whitney Levitt and Mark Ballas ended up tied with Irwin and Carson after a scoring mishap. Other fan favorites Hilaria Baldwin and Alex Earl rounded out the top 4. The competition will continue next week with an Oscars-themed night. Look at that smile. You can just tell how excited she is. So excited. Bella, I have never been a huge Dancing with the Stars fan, but this season, I'm all into it. It reminds me of March Madness, where I get to pick a team and just ride with them all season long. How are you feeling about it?
I'm really excited. I just started getting into Dancing with the Stars last season. It was a stacked cast, and my friends really got me into it. But what we're doing, kind of March Madness, where you like pick a team and you really fight with them to the end. We're picking one pro and one celeb team to follow along the whole season, and no matter what happens, we got to stick by them. And I picked Whitney and Mark Ballas. So I think I'm pretty good because they're in top place right now.
Yeah,
so
you know
anyone you got your eye on?
Yeah, look, I don't have that great of an eye, I guess, as you do, but Baron Davis, my guy, former NBA All-Star, and Andy Richter.
He was so cute.
Come on.
He was awesome.
Andy's the best. I mean, little, maybe older crowd. He wasn't.
His facial expressions were the best of the night.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he had a little bit more points on his side, but I'm kind of worried about my boys next week, but I think they'll pull through.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it for sure. Well, when we come back, we'll learn all about TV's biggest night.
And a major production company is making some big news with a potential merger. Don't go anywhere, Unpeelers.
Welcome to an excellent episode of Live from Studio B.
TV's biggest stars gathered on Sunday for the 2025 Emmy Awards. The night was filled with winners that had fans buzzing. Our TV reporter Sophia DeStasso is here to break it down.
That's right, Rob. From reunions to history-making wins, this year's Emmys had plenty of moments that got people talking both in the award room and online. Comedian Nate Bargatze hosted the Emmys, but viewers had mixed reviews. He started off the evening with a joke trying to keep the winners' acceptance speeches on time by pledging $100,000 to the Boys and Girls Club. He ended up deducting money every time someone went over the 45 seconds. The Emmys were full of firsts, though. Tremel Tillman was nominated for Severance, and he became the first black man to win for supporting drama actor. And 15-year-old Owen Cooper became the youngest male actor to win an Emmy. He won for his performance as a troubled teenager in adolescence. Noah Weil won his first Emmy for his role in Pitt after having many nominations in his role in ER. Fans also had strong reactions to some of the winners and presenters. Stephen Colbert was named on stage with a standing ovation to present the award for Outstanding Actor in a Comedy Series. He addressed the crowd and got another standing ovation. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert ended up winning for Outstanding Talk Series.
Be brave, and if the elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy and punch a higher floor. Woo!
So fans went crazy for him, but they also went crazy for when they saw the Gilmore Girls presenters Lauren Graham and Alexis Blundell back in Stars Hollow on stage. Since then, fans have been making Gilmore Girls edits and rewatching the show that, quote, took over the fall season hostage, end quote. All around, it's safe to say that the Emmys this year gave fans plenty to celebrate and plenty to debate. Anyways, I'm your TV reporter, Sophia DeStasso. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Sophia. Now, some big shifts in Hollywood as Paramount Skydance, backed by the Ellison family, is preparing a majority cash bid to buy Warner Bros. Discovery. We're now joined by our business and entertainment reporter, Cami Bremer. Cami, thank you so much for joining us. Now, this sounds like a blockbuster deal in the making. What makes this bid so significant?
Well, thank you so much for having me here. So Paramount recently merged with Skydance, and now they are lining up to do a mostly cash deal to acquire Warner Brothers. Now, this bid is backed, like you said, by David Ellison, and then he's the son of billionaire Larry Ellison. And the reason why this is so big is because we're talking about Hollywood's two biggest studios. I mean, both of them have amazing franchises under their names. If we're talking about Warner Brothers, we have Harry Potter, we have Barbie, we have DC Comics. Under Paramount, we have Star Trek. Then moving on to Skydance, we have Top Gun, we have Mission Impossible. So this deal would be a huge merge of a bunch of franchises under one umbrella, which would include Warner Brothers' major TV cable networks as well.
Yeah, big names under it. So we saw Warner Bros. The stock surge after this news broke. So what's behind that market reaction?
Yeah, so Warner shares surged nearly 30% on last Thursday, and Paramount Skydance was 7 to 10%. So this all happened after the news broke, and the reason why is because investors could be encouraged by the overall rich cash exit of Warner Brothers, especially shareholders, as CEO David Zaslav made a plan to reconstruct this whole company into doing like a streaming and cable separate divisions, and that was supposed to take years. So now looking at it moving forward, Paramount Skydance may try to like reenact that split and really try to head off competition from tech giants like Apple and Amazon.
Interesting. So if this goes through, what could it mean for the entertainment industry as a whole? Like, are there any roadblocks that would come with it?
I mean, it's definitely a media powerhouse. I mean, we're talking about HBO Max, we're talking about Paramount Plus, we're talking about a ton of different collaborations of Hollywood's biggest businesses. But what also comes with this is some definitely regulatory scrutiny and some antitrust suspicions. I mean, this could kind of look like it's turning into a monopoly, but nothing is final yet. Paramount Skydance has not yet made a bid, so plans could still fall through, and only time will tell. We definitely should keep watching, though, just to see where it's all headed.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cami. Now, when we return, a major music artist is already facing backlash over her new tour. We'll be right back on Peelers.
Welcome to my house. Everybody's pretty tired of each other. The walls were closing in. Clearly a case of too much family, too close, 24/7. If this sounds like your house, try going someplace new. YourLifeYourVoice.org. You'll find lots of ideas to help you handle the family stresses of being confined to close quarters. YourLifeYourVoice.org. It could help you find a little more breathing room.
Welcome back into Unpeeled. The second season of a controversial reality television show has concluded filming last month with some help from the state funding. Here to fill us in is our reality TV reporter, Lane Yeager. Lane?
Thanks, Bella. Just last Wednesday, North Carolina Governor Josh Stein announced that the popular reality competition series Beast Games would receive $15 million in funding from the North Carolina Film and Entertainment Grant Program. The show was created by Greenville native and resident Jimmy Donaldson, otherwise known as Mr. Beast on YouTube, to his over 500 million cumulative subscribers, and features 1,000 contestants competing for a whopping $5 million cash prize. While it first premiered on Amazon Prime in December of 2024, both Donaldson and Amazon were issued a class action lawsuit months prior in relation to claims of mistreatment, neglect, and harassment on set by a group of unnamed contestants. Despite this, filming for the second season wrapped less than a month ago in and around the North Carolina counties of Pitt and New Hanover. Beast Games was granted nearly half of the state program's allotted $31 million, with popular Bravo competition series Top Chef granted only $2.5 million. In the past, the program funded the second and third seasons of fellow Amazon Prime adaptation The Summer I Turned Pretty, which received approximately $13.6 million in 2022 and $15 million in 2024. In the Wednesday press release, the director of the North Carolina Film Office, Guy Gaster, stated, quote, "A flourishing film industry in our state is a win-win, bringing economic benefits and job opportunities to our residents and elevating North Carolina's presence on the global stage. The success of Donaldson's competition series underscores a current trend in the industry as streaming services are flocking to online internet creators in order to garner established audiences and drive engagement on their own platforms. Netflix's licensing of content from TikTok creator Miss Rachel and the YouTube phenomenon Pop the Balloon earlier this year are just two examples. Season 2 of Beast Games does not yet have a set premiere date. However, Amazon Prime has already confirmed a third season to follow. Rob, will you be turning in?
Lane, if I had Amazon Prime, I would, but I'm more a music fan, so let's talk some music news. Millions of Ariana Grande fans tried to get tickets to her newest tour, but not everyone was successful in securing their seat. Our music reporter Elizabeth Gottlieb has more on how reselling is affecting tours. Elizabeth, it's great to be here with you. Please, I would like to know, why do so many fans want to see this tour?
Look, this is Ariana Grande's first tour in 7 years, and with promotion for Wicked and her newest album, she has a lot more demand. So she's stopping at 10 cities with multiple shows at each of these stops, but it's now completely sold out. The ticket sales were last week. All face value tickets are gone. And in one of the LA shows, there was over 1.2 million people in the queue. Ooh. And to put that into perspective, the Kia Forum only holds 17,500 people. So most people aren't getting those seats, and that's why ticket scalpers are able to resell for over $10,000. Now,
how did Ariana Grande respond to all this stuff?
So she put out a statement on Instagram addressing the issue, saying, quote, "I've been on the phone every second of my free time fighting for a solution." Now, she knows there's high demand, she knows there's low capacity because she's in arenas, but she's trying to get as many tickets as possible into the hands of true fans and making sure that's accessible and affordable.
I mean, at least she's doing something. Has anything like this ever happened before?
All the time. This happens with almost every major pop artist. Taylor Swift, of course, has high demand. And, you know, for her Reputation tour, she did a point system. And for her Eras tour, she did a boost for fans that bought merch during the Midnight's era to help them in that pre-sale. So there's definitely ways to go about this, but we'll see if Ariana applies any of these tactics.
Definitely going to be following this one. I mean, thank you, Elizabeth. And after the break, we're returning to Hogwarts for a new spin on our favorite characters. You won't want to miss it.
One of the most beloved series, Harry Potter, is coming back on the big screen, but not at all in the way that you may think. A fan fiction story based on Draco Malfoy and Hermione Granger's relationship has gained a fan base that needs to see this story come to life. Our film reporter, Abby Tolchin, is here to tell us all about it. Abby, I am so excited to talk about this with you. You have no idea. Tell us a little bit for people that may not know, what is fan fiction and what is the specific one about?
So a fan fiction is when fans take something from a show, a movie, a book, and they twist the story so that twist the story in a way that the OG creators would not do it. So this one in particular is about Harry Potter's best friend, Hermione Granger, and his arch nemesis, Draco Malfoy, being in love, which is pretty crazy if you ask me, because in the original movies, they were enemies. They did not like each other at all. And this is an enemies to lovers trope. Forced proximity makes them like each other, so it's definitely on the interesting side.
Oh yeah, I mean, I read the original fan fiction, so it is really, really good. But tell us a little bit more, what's happening with this story specifically?
Yeah, so Legendary Production Company just bought the rights for this story, and it's going to be turned into a movie. They bought it for over $3 million. It's
a lot of money.
Which is pretty insane. And this is not the first time a fan fiction has been turned into a movie. 50 Shades of Grey was originally a fan fiction of Twilight. The new movie, Idea of You, with Anne Hathaway, was a fan fiction about Harry Styles. Love Hypothesis, which is a book and now is becoming a movie, was a fan fiction of Star Wars. So they're all over the place. Everywhere is a fan fiction.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this adaptation is now called Alchemize.
Yes.
So tell us what Alchemize is specifically about.
Yeah, so it's not based on Hermione and Draco themselves, but their story in the fan fiction. So it follows Helen Marino, who is an alchemist and a healer, and she is sent to a necromancer, who is a person who practices magic, and they are involved in communicating with the dead. So his goal is pretty much to try and unlock Helen's mind, and then within that story, Draco's character is going to come in and be her love interest, and it's a much darker romance than Harry Potter ever was. So.
I am so excited for this to come out. We're going to definitely keep a really close eye on it. Rob, what do you got for us?
Well, Raising Cane's is dipping its toe, or its chicken tender, into some new business avenues. Our pop culture reporter, Sigourney Bell, is here to tell us more about how the company is stepping into fashion.
Yeah, Rob, welcome into Pop Talk. New York Fashion Week kicked off its biannual fashion show, including clothing designs from Marc Jacobs, Ralph Lauren, and Raising Cane's. Yeah, that's right. Raising Cane's, the chicken finger fast food chain, opened New York Fashion Week last Wednesday with a runway show featuring their chicken finger inspired collection. The fashion and food collection was designed by fashion influencer Joe Ando Hirsch, but the real chatter about this fashion show came from the models wearing the clothes. That's because they weren't your typical models, they were influencers, athletes, and even reality TV stars. Livy Dunn, former LSU gymnast turned influencer, was seen in a Magnolia-inspired ball gown, nodding to Raising Cane's first restaurant in Louisiana. Alejandria Carthan, Love Island Season 7 reality TV star, was seen sporting a red, silky, flowy dress, highlighting the iconic Raising Cane's red, and of course, her Season 7 partner, Nick, was spotted in the audience. American model Brooks Nader and former Dancing with the Stars competitor wore a gold beaded dress to represent fried chicken. Likewise, in the audience were stars like Suni Lee, Olivia Ponton, Rachel Kirkconnell, and more, of course, and the guests were served Raising Cane's chicken fingers. Now, if this all sounds somewhat bizarre to have a food chain in New York Fashion Week, it surprisingly isn't that unheard of. In 2014, Subway held their own sandwich-inspired fashion show in New York Fashion Week, and similarly, food chains like McDonald's, Taco Bell, and KFC have launched fashion collaborations for New York Fashion Week specifically aimed at Gen Z consumers. Now, I'm personally not a fashion guru, but if Texas Roadhouse starts hosting some runway shows, don't be surprised if you see pictures of me backstage with some Roadhouse rolls. Anyways, this has been your Pop Talk for tonight. I'm your pop culture reporter, Sigourney Bell.
I might need some more pop talk. Thank you, Sigourney. When we come back, summer's biggest event announced its headliners. Please, please, please don't go anywhere.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go. Excellent. Soccer's fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah! Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait,
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Calling all believers, Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter, and Karol G will be headlining the 2026 Coachella Festival. The annual music festival will run from the weekends of April 10th and April 17th. Carpenter, who recently released her new album called Man's Best Friend, is set to kick off the event.
Other notable artists include the rock band The Strokes, pop star and TikToker Addison Rae, jazz pop singer Leve, and rapper Young Thug. And joining Colombian superstar Karol G on both Sundays is DJ Annie Ma. And the world premiere of his electronic act, Aiden, passes go on sale this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Bella, Isabella, we had a lot of fun with this kicker here. We got to make our own dream Coachella lineups.
I'm so excited.
Let's take a look. All right, now I get to see your lineup.
They are
Finally.
so different, but we knew this was going to happen. Let's start with mine. I am obviously starting off with Tate McRae.
Wow.
She is absolutely perfect. Her VMAs performance also just altered my brain chemistry, so need to see her headlining Coachella. Then I gotta go Benson Boone. It is so controversial. Yeah. Everyone likes to flame me for it, but I think he is so amazing. Seeing him on tour, I'm getting the most FOMO, so would love to see him do this. And then Conan Gray, new album just came out called Wishbone. He performed also at the VMAs, and I just have such a special place in my heart for him. But Rob, your artists are so different from mine, so.
Yeah, well, all right. This was to be as expected. I may look
Very
a little
expected.
young in the teeth here, but the music taste is way older than you'd expect. I mean, day one is easily the Beatles. That would be the only concert I would ever really want to see if I had to pick one. Look at how excited Isabella looks here. Red Hot Chili Peppers, just to connect with the youths a little bit. They're my second favorite band for sure, but I wasn't begging to have them. But like I said, I want to reach into your generation a little bit here.
We're
Isabella.
the same generation, but okay.
It doesn't seem that way. And then to round it out, we're going to rock the house down on the 15th with Led Zeppelin. I mean, I got to be honest with you, Isabella. I'd probably skip your Coachella.
Hey, to be fair, I would skip yours as well. But it's okay. It's okay. It ends up being perfect. And, you know, this year's headliners are also just so amazing. Yeah. I'm so excited specifically for Karol G. She is the first Latina headliner in Coachella history. So really, really big news. I'm really excited to see how well they do.
I mean, I'm such a concert goer, but I've never really been a festival guy. I've only ever seen shows like I'm seeing this show. It's never been, you know, I'm going to a big thing. But let me tell you, if I had this lineup or even, you know, a whole Coachella lineup to go to, I think I'd be all in. I'm such a music fan.
Yeah.
And to have artists that, you know, I'm a fan of, 1, 2, 3, would absolutely make my day. Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter, yeah, I might be skipping them too.
Well, I mean, I still would love to go see them. I was a big Belieber as a kid, but
I can tell.
You know, my number one bucket list item in my life is to go to Coachella at least once. So maybe this might. I mean, obviously, I would wait for this headliners, but you know, unfortunately, that's all the time with you tonight.
Thank you for tuning in, and make sure to follow us on our socials at Unpeeled_Syracuse on Instagram, at CitrusTVE on X. I'm Rob Gabrik.
And I'm Isabella Galan. We will see you next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Stay musical, Syracuse.